friends, I'm Miss Nancy from Redlands Community Library, part of York County Libraries, and today I'm going to talk about young adult books. Did you know that there's an award for books in Pennsylvania that kids can vote on? It's called the Pennsylvania Young Readers' Choice Award, and each year it's given out to books in different age groups by the Pennsylvania School Librarians Association. Now this year, they did not announce a winner. Usually they announce a winner at their annual conference in April. So you still have time to read books that are nominated for the 2019-2020 award. I have some of the titles here on my board. For more titles, you can go to www.psla.org and find past winners and this year's book list. There are books in different age groups. There's kindergarten to grade 3, grades 3 to 6, grades 6 to 8, and young adult. And today I'm going to talk about some teen books. Now, The Sun is Also a Star was one of the past winners of the Pennsylvania Young Readers' Choice Award. It was a winner in 2017-2018, and I'm just going to do a little book talk about it, all right? Here we go. The Story of a Girl, a Boy, and the Universe. Natasha. I'm a girl who believes in science and facts, not fate, not destiny, or dreams that will never come true. I'm definitely not the kind of girl who meets a cute boy on a crowded New York City street and falls in love with him. Not when my family is 12 hours away from being deported to Jamaica. Falling in love with him won't be my story. Daniel. I've always been the good son, the good student, living up to my parents' high expectations. Never the poet or the dreamer. But when I see her, I forget about all that. Something about Natasha makes me think that fate has something much more extraordinary in store for both of us. The universe. Every moment in our lives has brought us to this single moment. A million futures lie before us. Which one will come true? These books can be found in Access 360, on Hoopla, and in the library catalog. So I'm going to read a chapter from The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and it is published by Delacorte. This is a Natasha chapter. I'm late. I enter the waiting room and head over to the receptionist. She shakes her head at me like she's seen this before. Everyone here has seen everything before, and they don't really care that it's all new to you. You'll have to call the main USCIS line and make a new appointment. I don't have time for that, I say. I explain about the guard, Irene, and her strangeness. I say it quietly and reasonably. She shrugs and looks down. I am dismissed. On any other day, I would be compliant. Please call her. Call Karen Whitney. She told me to come back. Your appointment was for 8 a.m. It is now 8:05 a.m. She's seen another applicant. Please, it's not my fault I'm late. She told me. Her face hardens. No matter what I say, she will not be moved. Ms. Whitney is already with another applicant. She says it like English is not my first language. Call her, I demand. My voice is loud and I sound hysterical. All the other applicants, even the ones who don't speak English, are staring at me. Desperation translates into every language. The receptionist nods at a security guard standing by the door. Before he can reach me, the door that leads to the meeting rooms opens up. A very tall and thin man with dark brown skin beckons me. He nods to the receptionist. It's all right, Mary. I'll take her. I walk through the door quickly before he changes his mind. He doesn't look at me, just turns and starts down a series of hallways. I follow silently until he stops in front of Karen Whitney's office. Wait here, he says to me. He's only gone for a few seconds, but when he returns, he's holding a red folder. My file. We walk down another hallway until we finally come to his office. My name is Lester Barnes, he says. Have a seat. He holds up a hand to silence me. Everything I need to know is in this file. He pinches the corner of the folder and shakes it at me. Do yourself a favor and stay quiet while I read it. His desk is so neat you can tell he prides himself on it. He's got a matching set of silver-colored desk accessories, a pen holder, trays for incoming and outgoing mail, and even a business card holder with LRB engraved on it. Who even uses business cards anymore? I reach forward, take one, and slip it into my pocket. The tall cabinet behind him is a landscape of color-coded stacks of files. Each file holds someone's life. Are the colors of the files as obvious as I think they are? My file is rejection red. After a few minutes, he looks up at me. Why are you here? Karen, Ms. Whitney, told me to come back. She's been kind to me. She said maybe there was something. Karen's new. He said it like he's explaining something to me, but I don't know what it is. Your family's last appeal was rejected. The deportation stands, Miss Kingsley. You and your family will have to leave tonight at 10 p.m. He closes the file and pushes a box of tissues toward me in anticipation of my tears. But I'm not a crier. I didn't cry when my father first told us about the deportation orders, or when any of the appeals were rejected. I didn't cry last winter when I found out my ex-boyfriend Rob was cheating on me. I didn't even cry yesterday when Bev and I said our official goodbye. We'd both known for months that this was coming. I didn't cry, but still, it wasn't easy. She would have come with me today, but she's in California with her family, touring Berkeley and a couple of other state schools. Maybe you'll still be here when I get back, she insisted after our 17th hug. Maybe everything will work out. Bev's always been relentlessly optimistic, even in the face of dire odds. She's the kind of girl who buys lottery tickets. I'm the kind of girl who makes fun of people who buy lottery tickets. So I'm definitely not going to start crying now. I stand up and gather my things and head toward the door. It takes all my energy to continue not being a crier. In my head, I hear my mother's voice. Don't let your pride get the better of you, Tasha. I turn around. So there's really nothing you can do to help me? I'm really going to have to leave? I say it in such a small voice that I barely hear myself. Mr. Barnes doesn't have any trouble hearing. Listening to quiet, miserable voices is in his job description. He taps the closed file with his fingers. Your dad's DUI is his problem. Why do I have to pay for his mistake? My father. His one night of fame led to a DUI, led to us being discovered, led to me losing the only place I call home. You're still here illegally, he says, but his voice is not as hard as it was before. I nod, but don't say anything, because now I really will cry. I put my headphones on and head for the door again. I've been to your country. I've been to Jamaica, he says. He's smiling at the memory of his trip. I had a nice time. Everything is eerie there, man. You'll be all right. Psychiatrists tell you not to bottle up your feelings because they'll eventually explode. They're not wrong. I've been angry for months. It feels like I've been angry since the beginning of time. Angry at my father, angry at Rob, who told me just last week that we should be able to be friends despite everything, i.e., the fact he cheated on me. Not even Bev has escaped my anger. All fall, she's been worrying about where to apply to college based on where her boyfriend, Derek, is applying. She regularly checks the time difference between different college locations. Do long distance relationships work? She asks every few days. The last time she asked, I told her maybe she shouldn't base her entire future on her current high school boyfriend. She did not take it well. Bev thinks they'll last forever. I think they'll last through graduation, maybe into the summer. It took me doing her physics homework for weeks to make it up to her. And now a man who has probably spent no more than a week in Jamaica is telling me that everything will be eerie. I take my headphones off. Where did you go? I ask. Negril, he says, very nice place. Did you leave the hotel grounds? I wanted to, but your wife didn't want to because she was scared, right? The guidebook said it was best to stay on the resort grounds. I sit down again. He rests his chin on the back of his clasped hands. For the first time since this conversation began, he's not in charge of it. Was she concerned about her safety? I put the air quotes around safety as if it wasn't really a thing to be concerned about. Or maybe she just didn't want to ruin her vacation mood by seeing how poor everyone really is. The anger I've suppressed rises from my belly and into my throat. You listened to Bob Marley and a bartender got you some pot and someone told you what eerie means and you think you know something. You saw a tiki bar and a beach in your hotel room. That is not a country. That is a resort. He holds up his hands like he's defending himself, like he's trying to push the words in the air back into me. Yes, I'm being awful. No, I don't care. Don't tell me I'll be all right. I don't know that place. I've been here since I was 8 years old. I don't know anyone in Jamaica. I don't have an accent. I don't know my family there, not the way you're supposed to know family. It's my senior year. What about prom and graduation and friends? I want to be worrying about the same dumb things they're worrying about. I even just started getting my application together for Brooklyn College. My mom saved for 2 years so she could travel to Florida to buy me a good Social Security card. A good card is one with actual stolen numbers printed on it instead of fake ones. The man who sold it to her said that the less expensive ones with bogus numbers wouldn't get past background checks and college applications. With the card, I can apply for financial aid. If I can get a scholarship along with the aid, I might even be able to afford SUNY Binghamton and other in-state schools. What about college? I was crying now. My tears are unstoppable. They've been waiting for a long time to come out. Mr. Barnes slides the tissue box even closer to me. I take 6 or 7 and use them and then take 6 or 7 more. I gather my things again. Do you have any idea what it's like not to fit in anywhere? Again, I say it too quietly to be heard, and again he hears me. I'm all the way to the door, my hand on the knob, when he says, Ms. Kingley, wait. I wonder what happens. So that was from The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, published by Delacorte. It's a past winner of the Pennsylvania Young Reader's Choice Award. You can go to www.psla.org and find the list of past winners. You can find the titles from this year, of which I have a few up here. You can start reading those titles, and then when they do announce the award, you can see if you agree with other teens in Pennsylvania. If you're looking for more things to do, go to yorklibraries.org, Click on What Can I Do? Click on For Kids, and all the activities will be listed there. All right. Also check our events calendar and register for some of the fun programs that are going on this summer. Looking forward to seeing you. Bye.